All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about Nvidia's insane race to build the future of AI. And this is so much bigger than just one company's roadmap. We're talking about massive industrial and geopolitical forces that are being unleashed by this whole tech revolution. So to really get a handle on the scale of what's happening, you have to picture this giant technological fortress. Think of Nvidia and TSMC as the master architects, and they're building the walls for an $18 trillion kingdom. Inside, you've got the hyperscalers, Google, Meta, Microsoft, but the real question is, what are they building inside those walls? Well, they are building something totally new. These huge, incredibly power-hungry operations that people are calling AI factories. And you really have to forget everything you think you know about old-school data centers. These are basically the new power plants for our entire digital age. And the amount of money being thrown at this is, well, it's hard to even wrap your head around. Since just late 2022, the big players have poured a staggering $1.3 trillion into AI-related stuff. That's capital spending and R&D. That number is just jaw-dropping. You know, this isn't just numbers on a screen, it's a physical thing that's reshaping the actual world. Just look at this chart. Construction spending on data centers has absolutely gone vertical. It's completely dwarfing traditional commercial real estate. I mean, look at it compared to office buildings. It's not even close. So, what exactly is an AI factory? Okay, think of it like the new industrial heartland. We're not talking about a place that just stores your family photos anymore. These are hyper-specialized facilities, precision-engineered for one thing, handling the colossal computational demands of AI. They are literally churning out intelligence 24/7. But all of that incredible power, it comes at a huge cost. Just to give you an idea, one analysis suggests that to meet the future demand for consumer AI alone could require up to 92 gigawatts of power. That is an unbelievable amount of energy. It's putting a strain on our power grids like we have never, ever seen before. Okay, so now let's talk about the engine that's supposed to power these brand new factories, which is where Nvidia is just setting this absolutely blistering pace. This is where you see just how desperately we need hardware innovation to keep up with what AI software is demanding. Nvidia's next huge platform is called Rubin, and it's named after Vera Rubin, who was this amazing astronomer who discovered the evidence for dark matter. And the name itself is kind of perfect, right? It hints at this invisible, universe-changing power that this new tech is supposed to be. Now, the tech here is what's so important. The Rubin platform is a massive, massive leap forward. It's being built on TSMC's cutting-edge 3nm process, and it's using something called HBM4, which is a brand new generation of super fast memory that you need to just shovel data into the chip at insane speeds. And get this, it's scheduled to come out in the third quarter of 2026. Okay, this slide, this is where you can really see the quantum leap we're talking about. We're looking at something called FP4 performance, which is basically a measure of how fast an AI can make decisions. So the current Blackwell chip, which is already a beast, hits 20 petaflops. Rubin, it's expected to hit 50. And the Rubin Ultra in 2027 is projected to hit 100. So this isn't just a little upgrade, it's an exponential jump in raw power, and this is the really key part, energy efficiency. Right? So building this incredible engine is one thing, but defending that entire $18 trillion fortress, and frankly, Nvidia's own massive valuation, that's a whole other challenge. The launch of Rubin isn't just a new product for them, it's a strategic move to defend their dominance of the entire market. As it stands, Nvidia's dominance, this kingdom they've built, it faces two huge threats that its technology absolutely has to solve. First, the very real physical limits of our energy grid. And second, intense competition, both technologically and geopolitically, coming specifically from China. Let's start with that physical threat, the power. This chart lays out a critical problem. That gap you see between projected power supply and demand in the US, it's getting wider and wider. The demand from AI is just pulling away from what our grid is actually expected to supply. And it brings up a really fundamental question. Can our infrastructure even support this AI explosion? Okay, the second threat is strategic. China's Huawei is playing a completely different game. While Nvidia is focused on creating the single most powerful chip on the planet, Huawei is trying to compete at the cluster level. That means they're trying to connect thousands of their less powerful chips together to try and match performance on a massive, system-wide scale. And this slide just lays it all out there. You can see the competitive race in plain sight. Both companies are on these super aggressive roadmaps, and in 2026 and 2027, boom, their next-gen systems are on a direct collision course. It's setting the stage for a really high-stakes battle for who's going to dominate AI. But, and this is a huge but, Huawei's brute force approach has some major hurdles. It's estimated to be twice as expensive, it could require 6 to 10 times more power, and it might take up 7 times the physical space just to match the compute power of a single Nvidia rack. And this is exactly the weakness that Nvidia's Rubin chip is designed to attack: efficiency. So, all of this sets the stage for a really pivotal moment. 2026 is not just another year on the calendar. It is the proving ground where this next-generation superchip is going to meet these super-sized challenges head-on. I mean, just look at this timeline for a second. Blackwell in 2024, Rubin in 2026, Rubin Ultra in 2027. Nvidia has basically moved to a one-year release cycle for its major platforms. That pace is absolutely relentless, and it puts insane pressure on them to execute perfectly, making that 2026 launch of Rubin a make-or-break test of their whole strategy. So here's the bottom line. Rubin's performance has to be powerful enough to fend off competitors like Huawei, but at the same time, it has to be efficient enough to actually work within the real-world constraints of our power grid. Its success isn't just about selling a new chip, it's about defending this entire AI kingdom that Nvidia has built. Which, brings us to the ultimate question. The pace of innovation happening in silicon design is it's astounding. But can that innovation outrun the very real, very physical limitations of our world's power grid? That is the multi-trillion-dollar question that is going to shape the entire future of this AI arms race.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.